Hey guys, welcome to this video. Welcome to this video. I'm sure pretty much a lot of you have been experimenting with AI in your businesses, in your organizations, and all of that. One particular thing that I've been thinking about is how we could uh, practically use the PaLM API by Google. So a couple of weeks ago, Google reached out to me and they, gave me access to their PaLM API. So I've put together a chatbot using the PaLM API. The chatbot is written in JavaScript. So we are going to write the chatbot, and then we'll also deploy it to the internet, and we'll see it live on the internet. Yep, that's right. So let's jump onto it. The first thing that I like to do is to create a folder. So I've called mine the PaLM bot, and I've created a few files here, the index, the HTML, CSS for the styling, and JavaScript, a JavaScript file for the logic. And then I've got some icons here. All of them are downloaded from Freepik. No, Flaticon, flat icon. The link is going to be in the description. And in any case, this code is going to be on GitHub, so you might as well just, as you are following along, you could pick the code and play around with it. So yeah, so let's just jump into it. So I've created the folder there. The next thing is to open the folder in VS Code, which is what I've done here. And I already have some code that I created for the HTML. I'll just paste it here and then walk you through it. So I've got a title here. I've called it the PaLM chatbot, and I've got an image which is being linked to this image here. Yeah, so it's being linked to this image, which is what we're going to be seeing even on the favicon there on top there. And then I'm linking the styling document, which is the CSS file, which I just explained to you a moment ago. And then we're going to be linking the font here. This I'll show you in a moment. So this is also going to be linking to the CSS file, which will be holding the font. We'll be using Poppins in this tutorial. And then we've got the script, this JavaScript, which is going to be working for our logic. We've got a body here, we've got a couple of things, an image for the user, and also just some dummy text, just some text there, and we have another image for the robot. Like I'm sure most of you have used ChatGPT. Mostly when you send an image, when you send a message, you've got like an icon that appears there for you, and then for you as a user, and then for the chatbot, you as a user, and then the chatbot. It's kind of like a messenger kind of chat breakdown. So yeah, we've got that here, and that's it. We've got a placeholder. Enter a prompt here. So this is the text area where you get to type your prompt. And you've got a send button. We'll also have a button for changing between light mode and dark mode, and then we'll also have a clear chat button, which we'll call delete. And yeah, that's about it. Let's go ahead and save this. And if we come to the CSS, I also have some code here. So I'm just gonna copy this, and then I'll just walk you through it a little bit. So remember we talked of the Poppins font. So this is where we're linking the Poppins font from, right here. And then we're defining a few colors for the text and all of that. You can run through it, but we've got a couple of things being aligned here. Justify content, background flex, padding, font sizes. You can see all over. So yeah, that's for the CSS. We're just gonna save it, and you can close it, save the HTML, and you can close it. So now if we come back here, we actually attempt to open this HTML file, you should be able to see this nice design, you know, and you can see this is what I meant by the icon that should pop up on top. If you remember, we're linking an icon in the beginning of the HTML file. So yeah, that's it. So let's close that. Let's also close that, and then we can write some logic here. So just follow along step by step. So we'll start with const chat input should be equal to document dot query selector, and in here we shall say dot chat input. Okay, let's go ahead and put our semicolon. Don't forget the semicolon. Const, let's go do the send button. It should be equal to document dot query selector. Inside the query selector here also we are going to say send button. So this will be for the send button, semicolon. Let's go and say const this one will be chat container, which should be equal to document dot query selector, which should be a dot chat container. Let's see, let's go ahead and close that. Next, let's go const delete button. Just make sure you're not using any block letters there, just for the sake of keeping your code clean. So let's go ahead and say document dot query selector. Inside here we'll say dot delete button. Okay, don't forget to close it. Let's go and do another const here, and this one will be for the theme button, which should be equal to document dot query selector, and then we'll give it dot theme btn, theme button. Close it. After that, let's create a const for the API key. We'll place the API key here. I'll show you in a moment how to get that. And then next we'll say let user text, just make sure user text is equal to now, and close it. Let's go say const load data from, it should be from local local storage, should be equal to that. Try that, say equal to, open the curly brackets there, const theme color, you see theme color local storage dot get item. Okay, so inside here we are going to say theme color. Okay, next say document dot body dot class list dot toggle. All right, so inside here I'm gonna say light mode. Okay, and outside that just add a comma and say theme color, and just don't forget, okay, let's say 3 equal signs, and then we'll create, we'll say light mode. Okay, looks good. Let's go ahead and add a semicolon. Next, let's go say theme button dot inner text should be equal to document dot body dot class list dot contains. So in here, let's go say light mode. Okay, so outside here put a question mark, and let's say dark mode, and after this we could say light mode, and don't forget to close it up. Next, let's go say const default text should be equal to div class so in here let's have an h1 tag, let's say PaLM board, right? And then we'll go ahead and close. Yeah, must be a mistake here, so we should already close. You know what, let's get rid of this and get that, put it in here. Okay, looks good. Next, yeah, so we had opened our seem to be missing something. Oh, okay, so that's it. Next, let's go say chat container dot inner HTML should be local storage dot get item, and then in brackets we'll say all chats, right? Outside the bracket, let's put let's say default text, and we should be able to close that up. Let's say chat container dot scroll should be scroll to. This is the one we're looking for, and then in brackets you could say 0 comma chat container dot scroll height. That's the one we're looking for. That's it. Don't forget to put your full colon there, semicolon rather. So let's go ahead and say const create create element in brackets content plus name. Outside that, say equal sign, any brackets there, const set div document dot create element, and then inside that semicolon, and I will say chat div dot class list dot art. Then inside here we'll say chat comma class name. There we go. Okay, so after that, let's go chat div dot inner html, which should be equal to content, and close that. Let's go to a return here, return chat div. Close it up. Don't forget to close that one up as well. Next, let's just move this up. So once we do that, let's go ahead and say const get chat response. Okay, so we seem to be getting some, let's just change that, get chat response. I'm doing async here in chat div. Right, so now outside, do that, open curly brackets, const API endpoint. So this will be our API endpoint, and yeah, I'm just gonna type it out. Then here we'll add this API key that we just created here, and don't forget to close it. Okay, next let's go say const request options, right? Should be able to the method here. The method we're doing is a post request to that endpoint. What are the headers? Following are the headers. So we'll say content type, and let's do that. I'll say application JSON. Okay, add a comma there, add another comma there, and let's do the body. Okay, so body JSON, let's string, this one to stringify, and that, and then add that. So inside here we'll say prompt, put that there, content, add the comma. Let's go with examples. I'll just leave that blank for now. Got some messages. Inside messages we'll add content, and this will be user text. Okay, let me just scroll down here. Don't forget to add your comma there, and oops. Okay, another comma there and another comma there, and just below this one let's go have temperature, and the temperature we'll give it is 0.25. So add a comma, and I'm gonna show you these things in a moment when we're getting the API key. Let's go top. This one will be 0.95. Another comma, candidate, on the comma after one here. Go ahead and put a comma there. I'm gonna move this here, and your full colon there. Now we're gonna do a try here. Const response is equal to await fetch the API endpoint request options. Okay, close that up. Next, let's go const data await response .json. Click on there. Next we say data dot candidates 0 dot content seems beg your pardon, no, we won't be using this. I think let's just do an if statement here. Inside here we'll say data dot filters again we'll say data dot filters length data dot filters 0 there dot reason other right? Okay, looks good. Since it's an if statement, we need to have an else. So inside here, let's do a few things. Let's say in chat div dot query select that should be typing animation dot removed let's go const error message. The error message should say something like, sorry, I can't assist you with this. Okay, and that looks good. So you can add a full stop here. Okay, const error element should be equal to document dot create element just be there. Okay, close that. Error element dot text content should be equal to error message. In chat div dot query selector inside here, say chat details dot append child error element. We can close it. Let's do an else here. Else if we'll do an else if here. Data dot candidate and data dot candidate dot length is greater than 0 and data dot candidate 0 dot content. Okay, we'll just go ahead and open up another one there. In here, so in chat div, the query selector there, and double quotes. Let's say typing animation dot remove. There we go. Const message is equal to data dot candidates dot content close that up. Let's go say const message element calculator message element is equal to document dot create element. Inside here we'll just have a p there. That's good. Let's go message element, that's text content is equal to message, right? Insert div query selector, so chat details, append child, then so the child here should be message element. Okay, let's just have an else since we're doing an else if there, so we'll do else just throw an error. What should the error say? Error should just say API call failed. Okay. So since we're doing a try, we should have a catch. So this should be the catch now. Inside here, let's have our insert div query selector. Inside the query selector, let's go say typing animation dot remove const error element document dot create element. Yeah, so we'll have it a p there. Nice. Now let's go have error element dot class list dot add. Inside here we will have error. So the message here could be, oops, something went wrong while retrieving the response. Please try again. Close it up, and let's go in. I'll have our query selector, and inside this query selector we'll say chart details, and we'll append this to error element. Okay, let's go ahead and close that. this. Let's go have local storage dot set item, and we're going to set the item here. So say all charts and add a comma there. Chart container dot inner HTML, and we'll close it. Let's go say chart container. Let's scroll to chart container dot scroll to, in brackets we'll say 0. I'll give it chart container dot scroll height. Okay, there we go. Next we will close that up. Let's go do a const, another const. We'll just move this. So just do a const copy response. Okay, so we need to just change that, and should be equal to copy btn. Let's say const response text element, which should be equal to copy btn dot parent element dot query selector have a P there. Navigator dot clipboard dot write text. Inside here we'll then say response text element dot text content. Yeah, don't forget your semicolon. Let's go have a copy button again, text content, and this should be done. Okay, semicolon, set timeout. This should be to copy button, the text content, which should be equal to content copy. Okay, let's have a comment there, and this should have a timeout of 1000 milliseconds. Go ahead and do that. Next we'll have our const for showing the typing animation, so we'll call it show typing animation, and this should be equal to dot, okay, a curly brackets there. Let's go const HTML, which should be equal to, again we'll be dealing with that. So here we'll start with div. Let's go ahead and give a class which should be equal to chart content, and then yeah, and we'll just close it. So inside this we'll have another div element subclass, which should be equal to chat details. Do that. Inside this we'll have an image. Let's go at the source, which should be equal to that, and we'll make reference to what is saying that it's okay. So we'll make response to our robot.png file, which I showed you earlier. Out should be equal to chatbot image, right? Yeah, something like that. Then yeah, you can close it, and that's it for the image. After the image, we're gonna have another div inside here to define the class. The class for this one should be typing animation. You have another div class, which should be equal to typing dot. If you look at the style document, we have this as well in the CSS document. So this should be equal to let's give it a delay of 0.2 seconds, and yeah, should be able to close it. And once we do that, practically it's going to be the same. So just copy this and that 2 times, and this should be changed to 3. This one should be 4, and there we go. So now let's do one more thing. Let's say span, let's give it an on click event. Let's go copy response this. Okay, it's going to capture that, but yeah. So let's go say class should be equal to material symbols rounded. If you remember, we were importing this from Google. So here we'll say content copy. Okay, and don't forget to close it up here. Now the next thing that we'll be doing, we're creating a const again. This time we'll call it in chat div, practically the same. Create chat element. So this shouldn't be come to H. Let's go HTML, and we'll just say incoming. Okay, go ahead and close that. Chat container dot append that should be append child, and the child here will be in chat behavior. That's the one. And let's go again, chat container dot scroll to, then say 0, and chat container dot scroll height. Looks good. Get chat response and chat div. That's the one. And close it up. Okay, let's do that. Let's go create another const here. This is for handling the outgoing chat. Let's go call it handle outgoing chat, right? That should be equal to that. That should also be like that. User text, chat input. This should be chat. Value node trim. We'll do an if here. So let's say if use the text, then return. Okay. Now let's go chat input. This one, node value is equal to that. Oops. Close it from there. Okay. Let's go chat input again. Dot style. Dot height. Should be equal to initial input height. Should be pixels. Okay. Just close it up. Let's go const HTML. Here we'll say div class is equal to chat content. All right. So here, let's go div class, which should be equal to chat. Okay. So inside here, add an image, give it a source, and the source will be the user image. Let's go out user img. Okay, and what we're creating for this, so drop here. go ahead and create a p tag. For this p tag, we are going to be putting the user text. Okay, that should be good. Right. So since one of these, which was this one, didn't get recognized, so ideally what would happen is the following. We would need two of these tags, and here because we get two of them, and then get here's one of those, close it up. Seems to be a mistake here. Challenge seems to be coming from here. Let's see. Class. Okay. It looks like this is closing here, and I'm not sure what's happening here. Oh, okay, it's not closing there also. There we go. Let's go ahead and save that. So once this whole thing is done, let me just take a look at needed to have this here as well. So that work. So we'll get to see that. Okay. Now the next thing after that is us creating a const again out chat div, create chat element, okay, in brackets let's go HTML, and this will be outgoing. Let's go chat container, let's query selector, and in brackets we'll have default text. Don't forget the dot here. Yeah, it's like default text, and move. Chat container with append. Should be like append child. Out div. Close it. Oops. Should be like chat container dot scroll to. We'll have pretty much the same values. So we'll do chat container dot scroll height, and yeah, should it. That's it. Let's set the timeout, and for the timeout, just to show typing animation for 500 milliseconds, and yeah, let's terminate that. Get chat response, and we'll say out div. Close that. Close that. Let's do the delete button. Delete button dot add listener. Let's go click. Okay, let's do that. Inside here, let's have an if statement. Confirm. Are you sure you want to all chat, right? Outside of that, go ahead and write some logic. Local storage dot remove item, and that should be like all chats. Okay, let's go local storage. There should be local data. Load. Yeah. Local storage load data instead of that, right? Okay. Let's do the theme button now. Add event listener. Do that. Let's go tick. Okay. Classless dot toggle. Next, well, I don't know. Still comes back, man. Yeah. So same button dot inner text document dot body dot class list dot contents light mode. So instead of having this like that, let's have it like that. Okay, just gonna scroll up here and let's have dark mode and light mode. We'll close it up. Just a few things more. Const initial input height should be chart this one dot scroll height. Okay, let's go chart import dot add event listener, and we shall now go and say import outside of this. Let's go ahead and do an equal sign there. Okay, Okay, so inside here, let's go say chat input dot style dot height is equal to with the dollar sign, and we want to call the input initial input height, right? So we can close that. Let's go to input dot style dot height, which should be equal to the dollar sign, and let's go and say chat about scroll height px. Okay, semicolon, and come here, chat input, input and add event listener into key down and say either. Okay, so looks like this is the same, but it seems to be okay here for some reason. Okay, let's do an if statement here. Let's say a dot key and 3. Say enter. Do 2 until and a dot shift key window dot inner width greater than 800, and inside here say e dot prevent default and outgoing chat. Close it down, come here, close it. Let's go load data from local storage and close it up, and go get your semicolon, send button dot add event listener, then in brackets we shall say click, that's that, say handle outgoing chat, then you go and save that, and yeah, so that should be it. In case we encounter any errors, we should be able to fix them, but for now let's go ahead and save this and just take a look at what we are working on. So if we do example hi, game seem to be So let's first of all get the API key. So when you go to makersuite.google.com, if you've not yet gotten into, if they've not yet given you access to this interface, then you might need to first of all request for them to give you access to this. You join the wait list, and then they'll send you an email saying you've been accepted into the wait list and all of that. So when you're here, so I'm gonna blur out my API key, but just go ahead and copy the API key, and when you come to here, you just place your API key here, and once you save, I think it should work now. I'm not sure why we're still getting an issue here. Alright, so seem to have figured out what was causing the issue. Alright, so seem to have figured out what was causing the issue. Just make sure you have these around. So this first area here, we didn't include this, and then as you scroll down here, there's another part I want to show you, even here. So just make sure you have these on all these areas. Yeah, all the areas, just make sure you have them here and everywhere. So yeah, that was it. And then once you add your API key, just go ahead and save that, and let's reload and try to send a message. Yeah, there we go. Getting a response from the AI. There we go. It gets to give you a response, plan your meal, what do you want to eat, so yeah. So this is out, and you can see that you can toggle between light mode and dark mode, and you can also delete your entire chat, and this is the message that we had put. And you can copy this, so you can copy and paste it anywhere. And yeah guys, so that's what this is. I hope you learned something. I'm thinking we should probably deploy this to Vercel, but it's pretty much straightforward. Once you put this these files on your GitHub, and you pin it to Vercel, you should be able to see it in Vercel. So yeah, that's how easy this thing is. I love playing around with the BARD API, and it's incredible. So I hope you learned something, guys. Leave a comment, like, share, subscribe, and thanks for being around. So see you in the next video.